Welcome everyone. In this previous walkthrough, we've actually created analysis level use case realizations, which is taking our analysis realization and it's linking it to our analysis requirements use case. So in this case, we have the place order one, which is linked to the place order one. Now, this is where we've stopped off. But now, today we're going to create a participants diagram. Now you'll see to find it, you're going to go to your place order or the use case you're working with. You'll see there's one called the use case name and participants. Now, for us to create the participants diagram is also known as a VOPC, view of participating classes, or a class diagram. Now, for us to create the class diagram, we have to add in the classes in here. Now, to first add the classes, it normally says to us we have to first go and just drag them from the side here. But we have not created them. Now, for us to create them, you'll see there's a nice package here created: self-serve fast food system, analysis elements. So all of our analysis elements, all of the analysis classes we're going to create in there. Now to do that, we just right click and say add UML class in there. Now we know that, for example, we would like to have a place order form. Now a place order form has a name, it has some visibility. So we start to look at the properties of it. You'll see we can go to the stereotype. Now we know as it's a form, it is going to be a boundary class. Now we can also go and add the control class. Place order controller. Control. And the entities we can start to add in. Item. As an entity. And we can also add in the order as an entity. Now then it says to us that we have to select this and drag it in to our diagram. Now we have them nice and neat here, but this is not complete. We still have to edit them a bit, add the various types of relationships between them. Right. But what we know from this is that the boundary class starts the communication and it communicates directly with the controller. So we can just go to our palette on the right hand side and we can start to place in an association between the boundary class and the controller. But in this case, I've just selected association between to place a normal association between the boundary class form and the controller. But in actual fact, the controller does not know about the form on which it depends. As the boundary class knows which form, which controller to work with. So you'll see there is a navigation option here at the bottom, which we just can uncheck to say that we are navigating in a certain direction. The form initiates this communication and it controls this communication. Yeah. Please take note that when you add this diagram from the side, we can also go down to the bottom and select like a directed association. And one of the role names will now fall away, as there's some hiccups in the software. In this case, this hiccup is to not remove the role names appropriately. Now we also know that the controller will then go and retrieve the items, the menu items, and so on. For that, again, the controller is linked to this, and another way of adding the associations or the different lines is really just by dragging that arrow hand to the other class and leaving your mouse cursor. And if we just go and say direct association, it's going to give us something like this. And it also at some point is going to go and create an order or so on. Now, between an order and an item, what would be the relationship? An item normally is part of an order. So that starts to tell us that in this case we are having a whole to part relationship, that this is going to give us some form of aggregation. But if we just model it like this, just move this a bit around to get the diagram neater. If we just model it like this, it says that the items aware or objects of the item class can only be associated to one order. That is not totally correct, because ultimately an item can be linked to many orders. So one of the things which we need to do is we just need to go into the multiplicity there and to change it to say that this item can be linked to one or many orders. Okay guys, so in this case we have created the class diagram for the place order use case. We've added the classes under the analysis elements. Now we've added and specified the stereotypes to the classes, and then we started to develop the diagram with the relationships and so on, and by placing them on the actual diagram. Because I hope this was informative and that you will be able to go and develop your own class diagram from this in the future. Bye bye everyone.